Then the kingdom of heaven will be like this. 10 bridesmaids took their lamps and went to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were foolish and 5 were wise. When the foolish took their lamps, they took no oil with them, but the wise took flasks of oil with their lamps. As the bridegroom was delayed, all of them became drowsy and slept. But at midnight there was a shout, "Look, here is the bridegroom, come out to meet him." Then all those bridesmaids got up and trimmed their lamps. The foolish said to the wise, "Give us some of your oil, for our lamps are going out." But the wise replied, "No, there will not be enough for you and for us. You'd better go to the dealers and buy some for yourselves." And while they went to buy it, the bridegroom came, and those who were ready went with him into the wedding banquet, and the door was shut. Later the other bridesmaids came also, saying, "Lord, Lord, open to us." But he replied, "Truly I tell you, I do not know you. Keep awake therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour."
Well, Frank, this is it's a great little story, isn't it? And when I was in Israel, Palestine, I brought back one of these little lamps that you can buy in the market, and I think it was $1.
This is one of these authentic, genuine, made in China lamps, is it?
Yeah, something like that. But I think it just shows the sort of little lamp and the need for oil for the lamp. And I don't know whether you recall, I used to sing at school, "Give me oil in my lamp, keep me burning." Yeah. But I mean, a great little story as so far, and then it's sort of, it's not a happy ending.
It's not a happy ending, and I have to confess that I always struggle with this story. On one level, it's a simple, straightforward story, but as you say, it's not a happy ending. These people who missed out, saying, "Lord, Lord," and he's very abrupt. Yeah. "I don't know you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to open the door. You're not able to come in."
Yeah. And I think part of it is we're sort of grappling with, we think of our own sort of wedding customs, and then we're trying to sort of get a handle on, what were the sort of Palestinian wedding customs of Jesus' time, and what do we think was going on?
What was going on? Part of which was that apparently the groom would go and fetch the bride from her home.
Bride doesn't get a mention.
No, she doesn't. She was just incidental to the story, really. And maybe that's a point about parables: is that we should be careful about looking to unpack every single thing that's there.
Yeah.
I mean, the punchline for this parable surely is, or the story is the last verse 13, where Jesus says, "Keep awake." Yeah. Because you don't know the hour, neither the day nor the hour. Yeah. And when we look at it in the context, in its wider context, the whole of chapter 24 is about that. In fact, the whole of chapter 25 is also, are you ready? Are you doing, when God comes, or when you are called to account, will you be ready?
Yeah. And I think there's that whole, it's sort of the story, it's sort of, you're lulled into that sort of sense of security, and everything's going along nicely, and then it's, as you say, an abrupt ending. And I suppose that's the reality. In our world in the last year, we've had quite a few, abrupt things that are happening. We're very aware of Christchurch and all its quakes and aftershocks, and we just don't know.
Are we ready?
Yeah. So there's the challenge.
We also have, just taking it off on another sort of thought altogether, we also have this concept of Jesus, the second coming, the coming again. And I'm thinking of how confused that got when we had the icon here a few weeks ago, the rugby icon. And some people were getting terribly upset because they said Jesus would not come as an All Black, but as this Lord of Glory. Yeah. So we have these two concepts of Jesus incarnate becoming like us, as well as the far out, sometime in the future, Jesus coming again.
Yeah, I think we're less comfortable with that now too in the church. We're coming up to the season of Advent, and we sort of whip into our nativity plays and the sort of, the Christmas story, if you like. We're more comfortable with that baby, even though that's shocking in itself. God coming as a baby. But we really struggle, I think, nowadays with that sort of coming in glory, almost. Triumphalistic. We're not so comfortable with that, I think, at all. And yet the stories are there. Jesus teaching us there, and we're having to sort of grapple with it over these next few weeks, aren't we?
And perhaps that's the key, which we perhaps leave people who are watching this, that sometimes these stories are for us to grapple with, and they're no straightforward, easy answers.
But it's good to hear them each year, and just to have them sort of just wake us up again.
So, Jenny, keep awake, as I will try to.
Indeed.